Now Jesus stood before the governor, and the governor asked him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus said, "You say so." But when he was accursed by the chief priests and elders, he did not answer. Then Pilate said to him, "Do you not hear the many accusations made against you?" But he gave no answer, not a single charge, so that the governor was greatly amazed. Now at the festival, the governor was accustomed to release a prisoner for the crowd, anyone whom they wanted. At that time, they had a notorious prisoner called Jesus Barabbas. So after they had gathered, Pilate said to them, "Who do you want me to release? Barabbas or Jesus, who's called the Messiah?" For he realized that it was out of jealousy that they had handed him over. While he was sitting on the judgment seat, his wife sent word to him, "Have nothing to do with this innocent man, for today I have suffered a great deal because of a dream about him." Now the chief priests and the elders persuaded the crowds to ask for Barabbas and to have Jesus killed. The governor said to them, "Which of these two do you want me to release for you?" And they said, "Barabbas." Pilate said to them, "Then what should I do with Jesus, who is called the Messiah?" And all of them said, "Let him be crucified." Then he asked, "Why? What evil has he done?" But they shouted all the more, "Let him be crucified." So when Pilate saw that he could do nothing, but rather than a riot to begin, he took some water, washed his hands before the crowd, and said, "I am innocent of this man's blood. See to it yourselves." Then the people as a whole answered, "His blood be on us and on our children." So he released Barabbas for them, and after flogging Jesus, he handed him over to be crucified. The soldiers of the governor took Jesus to the governor's headquarters, and they gathered the whole cohort around him. They stripped him, put a scarlet robe on him, and after twisting some thorns into a crown, they put it on his head. In his hand, his right hand, they put a reed, and knelt before him, and they mocked him, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews." They spat on him, and took the reed and struck him on the head. And after mocking him, they stripped him of the robe, put his own clothes on him, and led him away to crucify him. As they went out, they came upon a man from Cyrene named Simon, and he compelled this man to carry his cross. And when they came to the place called Golgotha, which means the place of the skull, they offered him wine to drink mixed with gall. But when he tasted it, he would not drink it. And when they had crucified him, they divided his clothes among themselves by casting lots. Then they sat down and kept watch. Over his head, they put the charge against him, which read, "This is Jesus, King of the Jews." Then two bandits were crucified with him, one on his right, one on his left. And those who passed by derided him, shaking their heads and saying, You who destroyed the temple and built it in 3 days, save yourself. If you are the Son of God, come down from the cross. In the same way, the chief priests also, along with scribes and elders, were mocking him, saying, he saved others, but he cannot save himself. He is the King of Israel. Let him come down from the cross now, and we will believe him. He trusts in God. Let God deliver him now if he wants. For he said, I am God's son. The bandits who were with him also taunted in the same way. From noon on, darkness came over the whole land until 3 in the afternoon. And about 3 o'clock, Jesus cried out in a loud voice, Eli, Eli, lema sabachthani. That is, my God, why have you forsaken me? Now some of the bystanders heard it, and they said, this man is calling out for Elijah. At once, one of them ran, got a sponge, lifted it with sour wine, for it was on a stick, and gave it to him to drink. Another said, wait, let us see if Elijah will come and save him. Jesus again cried out with a loud voice, and he breathed his last. At that moment, the curtain of the temple was torn in two, from top to bottom. The earth shook, rocks were split, the tombs were opened, and many bodies of saints who had fallen asleep were raised. After his resurrection, they came out of their tombs and entered the holy city and appeared to many. Now when the centurion and those with him who were keeping watch over Jesus saw the earthquake and what took place, they were terrified and said, truly, this man was God's son.
When I survey the wondrous cross on which the brim of glory died, my riches gain, I can but love and pour content on all my pride. Forbid it, Lord, that I should boast, save in the death of Christ my God. All the vain things so rich a crown. Were the whole realm of nature mine, that were an offering more to